I am on a journey to discover the limits of my brain and of my mind. I want to learn, and in the process I want to teach. I want to teach what I learn. This is what I want to give. I always was afraid to explore the limits of my brain, both in terms of how smart I am and in terms of how creative I am. And as a result, I did not challenge myself. I looked always for an easy route to take. And now, in this point in my life, I'm 52. I want to challenge myself. And since my personal journey might be of an interest to other people, I'm recording it. I'm aware that making my personal journey public might affect the outcome of the journey. But I'm willing to take this risk and hope that the effect will be for the better. And so it's a win-win situation. So come along. The way I decided to explore or begin to explore my limits, my brain limits, my intellectual limits, was to see how far I can go in mathematics. In high school, I took what we call in Israel shalosh yechidot, meaning 3 units of the high school diploma exam out of 5 that was possible. So I was reluctant to apply for the 4-unit group and the 5-unit group. I did not see myself as smart enough to be in those groups. And to be honest, I struggled even with 3 units. I did not take the psychometric exam. I did earn a degree in law because the college I went to didn't require to pass the psychometric exam, and they had an alternative exam for admission in English, and I passed it. And so I got away with earning a degree, a bachelor degree, without doing the psychometric exam, which was very significant to me at the time because I was frightened of taking the exam. At the time, I served in the Israeli army at the intelligence corps. And everyone around me was super smart, and they got very high scores in their psychometric exam. So I was even more frightened to take the exam and compare myself to them. So I didn't do it. That was a very long time ago, and I lived all my life with one more thing. In the Bagrut exam, the high school exam in Israel, the final exam, in the math exam, I copied because the supervisor who was in charge of supervising my class during the exam, she cooperated with us, the students, and she she stood at the door looking out to see if the school principal might be coming to the classroom, and she looked at us, and we understood that she lets us copy from one another. So I was stuck at one of the questions, and I turned around and I got the answer. Someone from behind me, she asked me, "Do you need help, Eran? Do you need help?" And I said, "Yes," and she showed me the answer, and it took me a while, even when I saw the answer, it took me a while to figure it out and to copy in a way that made sense. And I copied, and I passed the exam. I got 80 out of 100. And so it goes. And ever since I didn't study math at college, and ever since I didn't challenge my brain in terms of mathematics and in terms of the psychometric exam. So I decided that I will embark on a journey to overcome this fear and put my brain to the test. So I decided to learn with Khan Academy, with Salman Rahman, and I decided to take all of the math course from the kindergarten level to make sure that I go over all the bases even if it sounds ridiculous, I wanted to see exactly the point where I get stuck. And maybe I'm doing it just because I'm too afraid to directly come in contact with the more difficult stuff. Maybe. But that's the way I chose to do it. To sneak upon the borders or the difficult region of understanding, and sneak, to be stealthy, so, and to maybe to even know the precise point where the limit resides. And because I know from teaching myself many things since then, that when I explain things, and I enjoy to explain, I enjoy to teach, and to teach in a way, in an effective way, of course, to see a student who has the will and wish to hear and learn from me, and if I see that I can explain in a way that is understood, and I can help someone grasp something that was difficult before, or maybe just help them to learn. I saw in myself that when I struggle and overcome the challenge of learning a specific topic, a certain topic, it gives me a great joy to pass on this knowledge based on the hurdles that I had to overcome. So I know how to point the student to the difficult places and to help them avoid getting stuck or being overwhelmed or just not understanding. So this is my story, and this is the beginning of the journey to explore the limits of my brain and mind. Yes.